Hey guys, Robin Rosado here. So I got some great drills and some great feelings for you. Those who are struggling casting the club. Probably the number one thing we see the most in golf with the amateurs across the board, not really hitting the ball that consistent, not creating compression, not creating lag in our swing, all because we're just casting the club like we're gone fishing. All right guys, so let's take a look, see if some things that we can work on to help us get rid of that casting in our golf swing. All right guys, casting the club. Again, probably the number one thing I see with people all the time. We get to the top of their golf swing and the first thing I do is our club head wants to move outward in that direction, almost beating our hands. When it's kind of the opposite, we want our hands to beat the club head. We want to create lag in our golf swing. We want to shallow out the club, and then onto impact, we want to have some good shaft landing and have good compression like we talk about in a top speed golf system. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're doing at the top of our swing, what I see the thing the most, and why it's such a killer in the golf swing, why we can't create lag and shallowness in our downswing. So what I see the thing the most is that when people take it back to the top of their golf swing, they take it back nicely here sometimes, and maybe they set their wrists here like we should. And then the number one thing I see the most is not that they're turning their shoulders more, is that they're taking it back with their arms in their hands. And so we take it back with our arms in our hands, and so let's say, let's call it the secondary wrist hinge. So we set our wrist maybe here, and then we go back to the top of our golf swing, and we set our wrists again. So what that does is when we get back here and we set these wrists a second time, we're maxing out the lag in our golf swing. So on the way to our downswing, it's gonna be hard for us to even create more lag than we just did already. So it's almost like we've maxed out our lag at the top of our golf swing, and it's hard for us to create more lag and shallow out the club, and not unless you have like some super flexible wrists like Sergio does or anything like that. So one thing I want to talk about is to get rid of that secondary wrist hinge to feel like we can get more power this way when we're actually losing power that way. So what we're going to do is let's go to halfway in our backswing. So we take it back to halfway. You can see our hands are pretty much on line with my sternum right here. I've created this nice right angle with my forearm and the shaft. And from here, we've kind of set our wrists nicely. And the only thing I really want you to do is like, this is pretty much as much wrist hinge as you want to get. So you get here, and the only thing we're going to do from here, this angle, is turn our shoulders. So you see that I've gone to a good power turn like we talk about in our top speed golf system, but we haven't changed that angle. So from this angle here, nothing has changed. You'll see that all across the board with pros, that when they take it to this angle, all it is just turning their shoulders. They're not going to really try to hinge more to get more power, but they're actually losing power that way. So again, from here, going to about sternum high, creating that nice right angle with our shaft and the forearm, and we're just going to turn our shoulders. And from here, so you can see that's created some good width in the top of our golf swing. From here, all we're going to do is we can easily create lag on the downswing and also shallow out the club a little bit easier. So again, we're not maxing out the top of our golf swing. It's so harder for us to create lag. Now we've created the width like we want. Here at the top of our swing, got our good shoulder turn like we want. Create lag and shallow out the club. And now we can come onto impact and have good shaft landing, we call it in our top speed golf system, a good compression line coming into impact, and we can follow through. So it's going to really help you create a little bit more distance, hit the ball a little bit more solid, and a little bit straighter. So I'm going to try to hit one here for you guys to see if I can pull it off. Again, I'm going to check it. So when you're at home, just going to take it to halfway, check yourself. Okay, my hands in line with my sternum here. I've created this nice right angle. And all you got to do is turn the shoulders here, turn the shoulders as well. So let's see if I can do one here for you. Hit it nice and straight. And that's all I'm going to feel. Nice. How's that? Right at the target. That's good. It worked out. All right, guys. Good luck working on that. Help yourself get away from casting the club all that much in your golf swing. Go ahead and put that thumbs up on our video, and also follow us on Instagram at TopSpeedGolf. All right, guys. Good luck and play well out there. Hey guys, I hope you really enjoyed that video. I've got an even better bonus for you. It's talking about the move and lag in our golf swing. So there's gonna be a preview that's gonna play here in a second. And go ahead and click on that iCard, but this is gonna take you to the full version of that video, the move, as well as you get access to our top speed golf system. And those are the 5 points of how we really teach the swing in the golf game. All right guys, so again, I hope you had fun. Enjoy out there. Good luck playing and working on your game.
A special way that we move our wrist to square up the face that I think really separates the low, super good ball strikers from the guys that are struggling with ball striking. That's what I'm going to teach you in this video. When we're hitting a draw, usually what's happening is we're going to come in a little bit shallower to the ground. You can see my club is shallower to the ground. It's going to exit shallower to the ground. So if you could imagine I had a swing plane here, it's going to be on a bit of a flatter of an arc. That's when I'm going to be mostly hitting a draw. 6-iron has low 30s loft, and we're gonna turn this down. PGA Tour 6-iron at contact, they're turning that down to about 21 degrees roughly, somewhere around in there, 21, 22 degrees of loft at impact. How do we actually change it? And that's what we're going to go over in this video. So 2 things. We need to work on having more forward shaft lean. Well, what happens if I try to get some forward shaft lean to really compress that ball, to get that more compression and to get that hard hit shot? Well, as I lean my hands forward, watch my wrist. I'm going to keep them in the same angle. My wrists stay in the same angle. Now I'm leaning the shaft forward, and as I'm coming down, that's the struggle that I see a lot of people working with that are trying to get more compression and to really get those hard hit shots. So here's what we have to do to change this. We know that we can square the face by moving the club this way, but there's also another way we can square the face. We can square the face